The Maryland Goat Man, or the Goat Man of Prince George's County, was blamed for the brutal murders of 14 hikers in 1962. Their bodies were chopped to pieces with an axe, while the Goat Man allegedly emitted screams that only the devil himself would make.
Holy shit. Hello, welcome to the Drip Podcast. It's me and Scott. And listen, right, asking you shall receive. On the Patreon, in the Patreon chat, I said, listen, what sort of topics do you want to see? Do you know what the top requested was? Top requested was cryptids. And what are we doing today, Scott?
Today we have got some cryptids.
There we go. Asking you shall receive is the lesson here today. Before we get into the cryptids, Scott, I believe you recently went to Cardiff Comic-Con?
Did.
How was it? I haven't spoken to you about it.
It was good. It was a nice weekend away. I actually went to watch Plymouth Argyle get battered 5-0 by the bottom of the league.
Ah, yes.
So the Comic-Con was kind of a nice addition afterwards.
Oh, that's good. You sort of drowning your sorrows at Comic-Con.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was good. I spent far too much money.
Oh, really?
Had a fantastic time. Mostly on Funko Pops.
Nice. What sort of additions did you have to your Funko
so I
Pop
bought
collection?
the entire set of the Yellowstone spin-off.
There's a Yellowstone spin-off.
Yeah.
As in Yellowstone, the cowboy thing with, what's his name?
Yeah. Costner.
Yeah, Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got a spin-off.
Oh, nice.
Got 2 spin-offs. One's got Harrison Ford in it.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you got those, and did you get anything spooky?
I didn't.
No.
There were a few bits here and there. There were a lot of like dice that I was tempted by for like
Right.
falling spirits and whatnot. But
Yeah. Okay.
seemed a bit cheaply printed.
Right. Fair.
But yeah, no, it was a good weekend. And I went to a few haunted places while I was there.
Oh, really? Where did you go?
So I went to Cardiff Castle,
Nice.
which is meant to be haunted by I think it's a woman that walks out of the fireplace.
That's
which
cool.
is weird. And then the museum, which is also apparently haunted.
Okay. What haunts the museum, do you know?
The architect whose ashes were unearthed nearby, they were moved somewhere else, and since then his voice has been heard regularly throughout the museum.
Ah, so he's a bit disgruntled at being moved about.
Yeah.
They normally do get that way.
They do.
They do normally get that way. For the video watchers, I've my Gengar collection has grown. I've got a mini Gengar, and then I've got a Ghastly and a Haunter. So I've got the full evolution line. I just love the ghost. I love the ghost Pokemon. I really do. I really do. I think they're awesome. Gengar
With
especially.
the brand as well.
It does. It just perfect. It does perfectly, doesn't it? I would love, although we'd be sued into oblivion by the Pokemon Company, I would love to do like a Gengar drip collaboration, or like a ghost Pokemon collaboration, where like maybe on the shirt you'd have us, each one of us as our Pokemon character, or us in Pokemon anime form with a ghost Pokemon. I think that'd be really cool. What ghost Pokemon would you pick? Mine would obviously be Gengar.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Pokemon knowledge is not what it should be.
Not a great Pokemon knowledge. Absolutely fine.
I want to say Darkrai, which I think is the legendary
Wow.
ghost Pokemon.
Wow! Holy shit! Okay, fair play. I said gym leader, mate, not Elite Four. Good God.
The only one I can actually name.
Yeah, no,
that
fair
isn't
play. Holy
Gengar.
shit! No, it's fair play. I'm a big fan of Duskull. I thought he was always cool. Just a little like Grim Reaper dude with a skull head. He was always cool. But yeah. Anyway, a dream collaboration that will probably never come to fruition legally. Anyway, we're here for cryptids. Ghosts are technically cryptids, but we're here for cryptids. So, where are we starting, Scott?
So, I have found 3 cryptids, all based in the United States, and they are all variations of the iconic Goat Man.
Nice.
Now, do you know of any Goat Men?
Do you know what? I'm so glad you asked. Weirdly, and obviously it wasn't true. Well, I assume it wasn't true. In middle school, for me, which I know for a lot of people, even in the UK, that term is alien. Are you like a primary and secondary, Scott?
I am.
Yeah,
Every
see,
time you and Maya say middle school, my mind is blown.
yeah, so basically, I was nursery, year 1, year 2, year 3 in first school. Then I went to middle school, which was year 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I went to high school, which was 8, 9, 10, 11. So, and then I went to sixth form, which was a different, like, build, like not building, but like institution. Like I went to Lingrove High School and then East Norfolk sixth form. But I know a lot of schools have sixth forms, so they're like, oh, I'm in year 12. Like I was never in year 12. That to me is weird. But anyway, in middle school, there was a rumor that in our nature reserve, and by the way, the middle school I went to was called Woodlands, so you can tell there was quite a sizable nature reserve. There was rumors circulating that there was a goat man living in the Woodlands Middle School Nature Reserve. It was never seen. Well, not by me anyway. But yeah, lots of rumours circulating about the Woodlands Middle School goat man in Bradwell, Norfolk. But also, that's the same school. I'm sure I've said on the podcast before that in year 5 there was like a Bloody Mary epidemic outbreak, which wasn't great. But yeah, so when you say goat man, do I know any? It was certainly something that haunted my childhood, that's for sure. But I never saw it.
So these three are in America.
Yeah.
And we're going to start off with the Pope Lick Monster.
Pope Lick Monster. So
Yeah.
these are like monsters within their own right, but they are goat hybrids. Is that kind of the gist?
That seems to be the vibe, yeah. They all
Okay.
have their very own unique kind of backstories.
Oh, that's epic.
And their own names, but they're all fitting under the category of a human-goat mashup.
Okay. Before we jump in, sorry,
Yeah.
just comment down below, guys. I want to know, like, are there any local to you cryptids hanging about in your local area? Or growing up, did you ever hear of any, like I did with the goat man? All right. Okay, Scott, please continue.
So, the Pope Lick Monster, also commonly known as the Goat Man, which happens a lot in this,
Right.
is a cryptid from Louisville, Kentucky, United States.
Nice.
Which I'm sure isn't Kentucky where we previously had the little goblin fellas.
Yes, I think. America have a lot of cryptids and some pretty gnarly ones at that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Pope Lick Monster gets its name from the area of its most common sighting, living under the railroad bridge over Pope Lick Creek. Pope Lick Monster is described as being a human-goat hybrid with a horribly deformed man's body, powerful fur-covered goat legs, a white face with a yellowish hue, and wide-set eyes. Creature has short, sharp horns that protrude from its forehead, which are nestled within long, greasy hair matching the fur on the legs.
Nasty.
Yeah, it's not a very nice sort of description.
No, I like the well, I don't like it, but like the deformed man part is like, I mean, the fact that it's a goat hybrid is deformed enough, but no, the human element is even further deformed, which is pretty crazy.
I think this is, I would say, probably of the three, this is the one with the worst description or the creepiest depiction.
Yeah,
they kind of, because again, even though they're all men, they're all quite different in appearance.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So what has this goat man done?
So, in some versions of the story, the goat man uses either hypnosis or voice mimicry, similar to that of a skinwalker, to lure passers-by onto the train tracks, where they're met by an oncoming train. Which is, I think it's a really sort of clever use of the whole mimicry thing.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. So it'll pretend to be like a relative or whatever, and they'll be like, Gary, come over here. And then you go over and then you get squished.
So yeah, it's kind of like,
That's
again, I
pretty
guess
dark.
like the Skinwalker videos where you hear someone shouting for help in the
Yeah,
distance.
that they're
I
horrible.
guess, yeah, I guess that kind of thing, just
Yeah,
luring people onto the tracks for an untimely demise.
bloody hell.
Um, Other versions of the story, and the other versions I think are creepier.
Mm.
The creature leaps from the trestle bridge, which is the type of bridge, which I
Yeah.
didn't realise was a thing, and onto cars passing by below and attacks its victims, sometimes with a blood-stained axe.
Jesus. Okay. It's branching out
And
into tools.
yeah, it's again, I guess that's the more urban legendy side. That's
Yeah.
almost like the Hookman,
Yeah. Still, that's
the
pretty
goat.
crazy.
And finally, another version of the sighting of this goat man features the creature's deformed body being so horrifying that it causes fear in those who see it, making them leap from the bridge to their deaths themselves.
Wow. That's cool. I mean, it's not if it's real, but the concept,
Yeah.
it's that horrifying. That's very like Lovecraftian esque, like something just so unfathomably hideous that you just go insane or kill
Mm.
yourself. That's pretty nuts. Okay.
I think that's
I
kind
like
of
it.
like it kind of gives me vibes of like the biblical angel.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
meant to be so beautiful that you end up killing yourself from it. It's kind of
Yeah.
obviously the opposite of that, but um, other urban legends within the area state that this creature was once a circus freak, escaped when the train that it was being transported on derailed on the bridge, which conveniently ties in with the legend of a ghost train derailing on the bridge regularly. So people often
Okay.
hear like a train crash and see kind of like a remnants of a train crash, but
Yeah.
then there's nothing actually there.
All right.
Which again, it's quite cool that those two things tie in together
Yeah.
potentially. And this circus freak vowed revenge on those that were abusing it, which led to it becoming the Goat Man.
Right.
Again, the whole circus freak thing, I guess that would be the kind of person that would be a circus freak back in the day.
Yeah. Certainly. Anyone with any abnormalities? I mean, being
Which
half goat is pretty abnormal.
he ticks a couple of boxes, I'd say.
Yeah.
Um, and another tale for this one claims that the creature is actually the reincarnation of a twisted and evil farmer who sacrificed his goats for satanic powers.
Oh. That's
So that leads
awesome.
us down the kind of devilish, demonic route.
Yeah, and sort of like, the whole deal with the devil thing. There's always a cost to it. It's never just like sunshines and rainbows. You have to come back as a demented, horrific goat man,
Yeah.
tying into what you did in your life. That's pretty cool.
And like, again, the connection there is quite cool.
Yeah,
It is like you sacrifice goats, you become a goat.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Um, so, whichever version of the story you prefer, there have been no actual recorded sightings of this creature, and it lives prominently in folklore within the local area.
Mm.
However, the creature has been fatal, with several deaths being attributed to it from people looking for it over the years, including two young boys who fell from the bridge while trying to avoid the oncoming train while looking for the goat man,
Oh wow,
and a tourist in 2016 who was hit by a train while her and her boyfriend were searching for the creature.
Jesus.
So, by the sounds of it, it seems like this bridge is very high up
Yeah, very
um,
narrow.
and is obviously an active train track.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're up there looking for the creature and there is a train coming out of nowhere,
Mm.
your only two places to go are in the path of the train or off the side of the bridge.
Yeah. Oh man,
Um,
that's pretty crazy that this urban legend or this cryptid or folklore, all of them, has actually cost people lives. I don't know. I can't like. I'm sure there are many, but like nothing springs to mind of anything like that, where there are recorded deaths due to people trying to seek the
yeah,
truth.
it's kind of like it would be like the equivalent of if people went out hunting for Mothman, they were mauled by bears, which doesn't seem to happen because I don't think there's anything in the area. It'd be like if that was a common kind of
Yeah.
thing for anyone that went looking for it.
Yeah.
Which it does add, obviously, less so for us per se, but it does add that risk. It emphasises the risk of the whole exploration paranormal thing, and why you have to be so careful of
Yeah,
locations.
of course, absolutely. Gotta be safe out there, guys. You gotta be safe out there if you're gonna be doing these sort of things, especially when it comes to
So
things like fucking train tracks. Good God.
yeah, yeah, they're kind of quite risky at the
Yeah,
best of times,
yeah,
especially at night in the dark.
yeah, for sure.
So that is the first Goat Man.
Okay,
Your thoughts on that one?
I love it. I like how varied the accounts are. I like his abilities and or his MO for killing people. That's pretty cool. Obviously tragic that it has actually cost people's lives. But yeah, no, as Goatman legend goes, as cryptid legend goes. Where was the location? Kentucky,
It was Louisville, Kentucky. So yeah,
Louisville. You got yourself a solid bit of folklore there.
it's a good one. I'll
Yeah.
get you to rank these as we go through and just put them in a bit of a tier list order. Um,
Okay.
so on to the second one.
Yeah.
We've got the Goat Man of Old. This is a mouthful. The Goat Man of Old Alton Bridge.
Oh, right,
Now, one is probably the most famous cryptid, or the most famous Goat Man cryptid that I've ever heard of.
right.
And it has appeared in the past in Ghost Adventures and on BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Sorry, when you say appeared, do you mean they've documented like they've
They've
done?
been to the location.
Right, I was gonna say, holy shit. Oh, is this the one where Shane and what's his name, Ryan, are on the
Yeah.
bridge and they're like in the middle and they hear something? Is that?
Yes, I think this is the one where Ryan decides that this isn't Goatman's bridge anymore; it's his bridge.
Yes, he gets bright. That's
Or was it
right.
Shane?
Yeah,
One
yeah,
of them.
right. Yeah. Okay, right. Yep.
So that's this one. It's also,
Right.
I believe, this is where one of the places that Zach Bagans started to get a bit demonic, kind of in the
Oh,
earlier
did he
Ghost
start? Did
Adventures
he start
days.
beating up his staff?
Well, I think, and I've not seen the episode for quite some time. I think this is the one where Aaron got apparently thrown 30 foot
Right. Okay.
off camera.
30 feet.
It was 30 feet or 30 meters, which
Good
either way,
God.
it's quite a distance. Um, so known locally and throughout the paranormal side of the internet at this point as Goatman's Bridge. This bridge is located in Texas near the cities of Denton and Copper Canyon. Dating back to the 1880s, the bridge served as an important role within the community, connecting local rural communities together and allowing them easy access to each other for trading and other such things. Um, the bridge gets
Carry
its
on. Sorry,
nickname
I'm listening.
from the bridge gets its nickname from the half-human, half-goat creature that's said to inhabit its local area, which is said to possibly be the spirit of a local black goat farmer named Oscar Washburn. Oscar moved his family just north of the bridge, and Oscar was known locally for being a dependable businessman and even had signs on the bridge saying "This way to the Goat Man." Now, unfortunately, obviously, this was back in the 1800s, and Oscar, being a successful black man, wasn't well received by everyone, as you can probably imagine. And in 1938, Klansmen that worked within the local government crossed across the bridge and kidnapped Arthur. Arthur? Kidnapped Oscar. They kidnapped Oscar from his family and they took him to the bridge where they then
Oh
tied a
no.
noose around his neck and
Oh
threw him
my
over the
God.
side.
Oh my God.
It's
Right. Okay.
fucking horrific.
Yeah. Right.
Um,
That's
However,
awful.
when they threw him over the bridge, they looked over the side of the bridge to find the noose that was hanging there was empty,
Right.
as if he had just disappeared. Mm, This led to them being more panicked that he may have survived, at which point they went back and murdered his entire family.
What?
I guess in
Don't
an attempt
quite.
to try and hide what they'd done, make
Yeah.
it look like he did it, and
Right.
like
Okay.
he then fled, and
There's
that
an
would be why.
incredibly flawed logic, but they're
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
not very good people at all.
no.
Right. Okay.
So after that, locals warn that if you cross this bridge at night without a light, as the attackers or the people that kidnapped Oscar had done, because obviously they were sneaking up on him. They were sneaking on his house, so they went in lights to get there.
Yeah.
And apparently, if you cross this bridge with no light, you'll be met on the other side by the vengeful spirit of the Goat Man, described as being a reincarnated spirit of Oscar and being 7 foot tall with the body of a man and the head of a goat.
Okay.
Other stories have since claimed, and still link in with that same story, that if you sometimes look over the side of the bridge, you'll see a ghostly man hanging from the bridge,
Yeah.
or that in some instances you'll just see a ghostly noose with nobody inside of it. Others have also claimed that they have seen in the distance burning eyes watching them that have been attributed to the Goat Man.
Okay. So where's
Kind of the
where's
prominent.
where's the link or reasoning for him having a goat's head?
So obviously he was a goat farmer. Oscar was a goat
Right.
farmer.
Yeah.
He was known locally as the Goat Man
So that's right. Okay. I see.
and was killed on the bridge.
Yeah.
And I guess because they've obviously since he was killed seen a Goat Man,
Yeah.
I guess they've made the link. It's him. I don't know
Yeah.
if there's
I see.
anything else concrete linking them other than that.
Right. Okay. I see. Because like when you said he was thrown from the bridge with a noose around his neck, and then they looked over and there was no one there. I mean, depending on force, etc., he may have been decapitated by the act, which is obviously absolutely horrific. But yeah, no, okay, so that's very, very interesting. So that's the backstory for this goat man.
That's the backstory for the Goat Man, and that is essentially the sort of story of it. Is people have seen. So if you cross that bridge without it, you run into the Goat Man's kind of silhouette standing in the distance.
Yeah.
You'll see its eyes looking out at you.
Have
Generally things you wouldn't want.
Have people ever claimed of being harmed or anything going across the bridge?
Yeah. So this bridge, as far as I could find, a lot of women claim to have been like grabbed and pushed. Again, people claim to have been thrown. People that are disrespectful and aggressive tend to get it more.
Right.
Which again, I guess links back into why some of the Ghost Adventure stuff may have happened if you believe the Ghost Adventure stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of like one of the more famous locations.
Yeah.
And that story is very heavily weaved throughout kind of everything related to it, which I thought was quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the only one that has a relatively concrete historical tale to go with it.
Yeah, and so that has been confirmed.
I'm aware that has been confirmed. They hung a man off that bridge.
Which, yeah, okay. So the deplorable act was true, and then this sort of like folklore, urban legend has built around it.
It stemmed from that original act.
Yeah, okay, right, I understand. I see. Yeah, apologies. At the start of that story, where I had a technical malfunction, my headphones were literally about to die, so I had to quickly run and grab a charger. So I think I may have just missed the part where you said he was a goat farmer, which led to my confusion.
I think that was the bit just as you walked off. Just as you got out of range, I think.
Yeah, I was like, I need to grab a cable, otherwise we're in trouble. But yeah, oh my god, right, okay. Well, yeah, that is obviously, well, the backstory of this one is obviously very, very hard hitting. Yeah. So how many people claim to have like seen it over the years?
I mean, this one, I'm going to assume a lot just because it's kind of gone on to become quite famous, whereas the other ones are less well known.
Yeah.
So for a bit of context, I started looking at different goat men, and I literally looked up obscure goat men.
Mm-hmm.
The first one came up, and I sort of went, "Okay, let's find some others."
Yeah.
And after that, everything was the second one. After I just started looking up goat men, it was Ghost Adventures went here, BuzzFeed Unsolved went here, and then it was other people doing, "Look, we're at this place." I guess the Ghost Adventures kind of TV fame has taken away from it a little bit.
Yeah.
To the extent it's now overly exposed.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, a lot of people investigate here, and a lot of people tend to get like EVPs and that sort of thing here.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we're doing 3 today. What's the third?
Third one is the Goat Man of Prince George's County. So, it's said to inhabit Prince George's County, which is in Maryland. And according to most accounts, this goat man is a half man, half animal creature with a bodily structure that can be compared to the classical Greek satyr.
Okay, yeah,
So,
yeah. They're in World of
a satyr or a
Warcraft.
fawn, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay, interesting.
compared to the other two, I think just from this description alone,
Yeah.
this one's vastly different to the kind of really sort of intimidating, really hairy, really sort of fur covered, kind of more terrifying ones we've had, especially the first one, which was described as being greasy and
Yeah, I mean, so just going off of World of Warcraft, a satyr is kind of like a demon, like trickster type. He's a bit furry. Got the horns and stuff. Have you ever seen Pan's Labyrinth?
Mhm.
You know, like the weird fawn thing that like helps the girl, talks to the girl a lot.
I think it is basically that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like one of those. Yeah.
yeah. So this one apparently stands at about 6 foot tall, so
Hmm.
it's quite, it's sizable,
Yeah.
and walks around on two hooves
Yeah.
and has hair all over its lower body.
Hmm.
It lurks in the darkness and has bright eyes and a very distinctly human face.
Ooh.
It's also said that this creature will squeal from the darkness before then attacking its prey.
Wow. That's horrible.
So that's a weird sort of, just the squealing's a weird
Yeah.
defining characteristic.
Yeah. Kind of like a
Just like
more
hear,
like a
imagine being
pig.
in the darkness. I guess so.
Yeah, the
All the
pig
things
man.
I found a few different places all said squeal.
Yeah.
So I'm picturing like a pig, and imagine if you're in the darkness and you hear that sort of running towards you.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't it?
So this goat man, or potentially goat men, has no particular set location. However, is seen around various bridges and train tracks, and in caves and tunnels around Prince George's County, which is the district in Maryland that it's known for. In 1971, this is it's been around at least since the 1930s, which is the earliest sort of mention I could find,
Right.
with no distinct reports.
Yeah.
In 1971, a local family's puppy went missing. After a few days, they found the puppy near Fletchertown Road, and it had been decapitated.
Oh God.
Um, this killing was attributed to the goat man, and allegedly, a group of teenage girls heard strange squealing noises on the night the puppy went missing, and other locals had reported seeing an animal like creature that walks on its hind legs running along the same road the puppy was found.
Oh wow.
People have kind of obviously put those two together and gotten Goat Man.
Yeah.
Um, but I guess that there's nothing there stopping that being any other cryptid that,
No, of
you know.
course, but the fact that it, witness testimony led it more to this than
Yeah.
just a
I mean, the
person.
squealing.
Yeah.
Squealing matched up with the previously reported squealing the Goat Man makes.
Yeah.
One theory, and this is a little bit conspiracy driven.
Right.
One theory for the Goat Man is that it was a scientist who worked at Beltsville Agricultural Research Centre, which was a facility nearby, and when experimenting on goats to try and make a half human, half goat hybrid,
Never going to end
either,
well.
and I found there's two different versions of this story. Either it backfired and it turned him into a half human, half goat hybrid,
Jesus.
or he merged his assistant's DNA with a goat's DNA and grew a half human, half goat hybrid.
Oh wow.
Either way, the resulting creature was apparently completely mad, unhinged, deranged, and managed to escape into the wild. At the point it was out, living essentially as a recluse in the wilderness, it would attack passers-by and anyone that kind of came near it,
Holy
almost like a
shit.
feral animal.
Yeah.
This theory became so popular that the United States Department of Agriculture had to release a full statement
No,
denying
they
it,
didn't.
just like the fact that the government had to actually get involved.
Yeah.
Another theory is that there was a hermit who, again, was slightly mad,
Right.
who lived in the woods surrounding this facility,
Hmm.
and essentially would go on and attack passers-by out of the darkness while kind of screaming. One of the common things for these squeals seems to be that they're almost like screams, kind of unhinged screams.
Right. Man,
Mm,
that's nasty. That's horrible.
yeah. So,
Combining that with the other goat man that has like the glowing eyes, that'd just be
mhm.
horrible.
So Goatman was rumoured to reside in a makeshift shelter in the wooded region of the northeastern Prince George's County, near the abandoned trailer parks that are there. Occasionally, it was rumoured that the Goatman would venture out to kill any living thing, such as animals and humans. And it's worth noting that in some folklore and kind of stories and urban legends from the area, the Maryland Goatman, or the Goatman of Prince George's County, was blamed for the brutal murders of 14 hikers in 1962. Their bodies were chopped to pieces with an axe, while the Goatman allegedly emitted screams that only the devil himself would make.
Holy shit.
So, again, that's the end of that one. It kind of ties in. All of these Goatmen seem to kind of have a violent side to them.
Yeah. Incredible. And animalistic as well.
Yeah, that is the end of the three Goatmen. But what do you think about that one?
That one is incredibly disturbing, especially at the end there, where you said that there was literally, it was attributed to the murders of 14 people with an axe.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's really weird because Goatmen and axes seem to go hand in hand. Like the first one in some of the stories, he jumps down from the top of the thing, has an
Yeah.
axe, and attacks people. Um, the second one, I think he is actually mentioned having an axe, but he does kind of, in all the pictures you see in thumbnails, he's holding an axe.
Yeah.
I don't know where the connection of Goatmen and axe has happened, but at some point that has become a thing that kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah, definitely. Could you just quickly Google that? Just say like, what is the goat man and axe? Is there a
Yeah,
connection? Because you are absolutely right. It does seem to be his weapon of choice, which is quite disturbing.
yeah. Apparently, at least in one of them, the goat man that potentially escaped from that medical facility, or the agricultural facility, sorry, grabbed an axe on his way out the door, and it was that axe that he went on to wield.
Oh wow, and massacre people with.
Yeah, so I don't know if maybe it's the same. Maybe that kind of started the
Yeah.
trend,
Okay.
and then the other goat men went on to follow, kind of, and adopted the axe. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
When
Very
you type in
interesting.
Goatman axe on Google, that is the one that comes up
Right.
prominently.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I guess
that's
that's
interesting.
the main one with the axe.
Yeah. 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 No, absolutely. Okay. Well, intro. There you go. There's a
Yeah,
link. There's a little link
that
there.
is the third Goatman.
Well, very interesting.
So,
Yeah, the goat
which
man.
order would you put those in?
I would probably go uh, from top to bottom, so best to
Mhm.
I would probably go the second one at the top because it's got that tragic story.
Yeah.
True tragic story, and then two, and then one. I think.
Okay.
Sorry, two,
Yeah.
three, one. Sorry, two,
Yeah.
three, one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
I think
but
I'm probably the
great
same.
cryptid though. Great cryptid.
Mm. As a
Um,
concept, I like the Goatman.
yeah, no, absolutely,
There's
absolutely.
something about it being almost something that you don't expect, like a goat. It's kind of like just like a, almost like a pet or like a farmable animal.
Yeah, yeah, a
It's,
very
it's
cute
not
animal.
something like it's not something like Bigfoot or something like that where it's a bit more, I guess, unexpected, or even Mothman where it's kind of like something you don't consider cute. A goat generally is considered to be fairly cute.
Yeah, no,
So Goat
absolutely.
Man, just as a concept, would be fun.
Yeah, no, completely agree. Completely agree. And we'll definitely be doing more cryptids in the future, without a doubt. Right now, it is time for the Patreon question of the pod. Let me take a look at the questions
Yes.
and pick one for me and Scott to answer today. So, let's have a look, shall we? A lot of the questions tend to be for Lozzie, which is great because obviously he's the skeptic. So I think people are just very, very keen to see what is going to change his mind. But it doesn't help me and Scott right now. However,
Yeah, when he's not
Charlie,
here, that's less useful.
yeah. Charlie Wilkinson, though. Thank you so much. Charlie Wilkinson says, if you could encounter one supernatural being, a ghost, a demon, an angel, a cryptid, or a mythological being, etc., which would it be and why?
See, that's tough because there's a couple of cryptids I'd really like to encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously ghosts just generally would be really fun.
Yeah. I think it's
Me
also... let's put the parameter as well as, like, you'll come out of this completely unscathed.
I think for me, an alien is. I think you said alien was on that list.
Absolutely. It's not actually,
Like to
but
meet.
we'll put it on there. Angel was on there, interestingly.
Okay.
But it's a
Well, I
supernatural
would.
being, so yeah,
Yeah,
alien.
I would
Absolutely.
actually say not an alien,
Oh,
on the principle that I'm fairly confident they exist.
yeah, for sure.
Like they're almost. I can almost guarantee that they are out there somewhere. And because of that, I'd
Yeah.
want to go for something that is a bit more questionable.
100%.
I feel like I think for personal reasons, a ghost would kind of have to be the one just for, I almost want to say personal validation.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of been, the paranormal is very central to my life,
Yeah,
as it is
for
all
sure.
of our lives.
Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of like having that kind of, oh wow, it is a thing for 100% undeniable,
Yeah.
standing in front of me proof.
Yeah.
I think I'd go ghost on that premise.
You'd go ghost. Do you know what? I would go for demon. And I'd go for demon because, like, a ghost, if it's like a ghost of someone, who's passed or whatever, obviously that shows that there is a spirit, and a soul and stuff like that. And that there's something afterwards. But I feel like a demon would obviously answer that there's something afterwards, but it would also very, very... And I'm talking like you meet a demon and you get to ask some questions, right? You'd be like, well, is hell real then? And you get like you get the inside info on the whole God, Satan, all that sort of stuff. Or if demons are just like interdimensional beings from another, I think a demon does everything that seeing a ghost would do, and a bit more. And that's the reason I said unscathed as well, because obviously, from the literature, demons can really fuck up your life. So
I think at the same time, would you be likely to get you'd get a similar thing from an angel, I would assume.
Yeah, but I think demons are cooler.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess, if we're coming out of this unscathed, yes.
Yeah.
I just think an angel might be more likely to tell you the truth, was a demon.
True.
I think would take great pleasure in lying to you.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. That is a great point. So
now you've said it, I think demon makes more sense.
Yeah. As we're doing a cryptid episode, I think I know what your answer will be. One cryptid, what would it be? And we're not including ghosts or aliens as cryptids.
I'd have to go Mothman.
Yeah.
Just on, it'd be super interesting.
Yeah.
What about you?
Fair. I would personally go for Bigfoot, and because obviously Bigfoot is is the cryptid, isn't it? And I think if you could be the one, not a grainy, shitty photo, if you're the one that gets like the undeniable footage, that's it. That's literally it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say for cryptid it would be Bigfoot.
Mm.
For sure. For sure. But yeah, Charlie Wilkinson, thank you so much for the question of the pod. You can ask yourself over on patreon.com/Duty Rhino for as little as £1 a month. And all those proceeds go back into the channel, taking us to places to do paranormal investigations. So, yeah, really, really cool. We've got some shirts coming soon. You're going to see them. They're going to drop when we drop the Halloween special investigation, the Maid's Head Hotel. We're going back to the Maid's Head Hotel. Well, we've been back to the Maid's Head Hotel, but yeah, you'll be seeing that very, very soon around Halloween time. So look forward to that. But yeah, thank you, Scott, for joining me. Thank you, everyone at home, for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let us know your favourite cryptids down below. And yeah, we'll be back with you very, very soon. Probably with a couple more of the team. Yeah, have a great evening. Drip, drop, drippity, drop. We'll see you in a bit. I have unplugged my mouse to plug my headphones in. So let me unplug that. And let me plug that back in. And Lozzie, you can keep all this in. All right, see you later, guys.